This is Chicago's very own WGN Evening News at 5.
Everyone faces some adversity in their lives, but some have to overcome far more than the rest of us.
WGN's Aaron Ivory here with a remarkable story about just that. Aaron?
Yeah, it really is. This is a story about a man with an obstacle that was so big, it ultimately became a secret, and then it was a secret that he kept from friends and family for 56 years. Alby Lee Lewis, really not that different from any other 76-year-old retiree. Loves his downtime, his fast car, and spending time with his family. But underneath all that was a secret, one that Alby carried his entire life.
I knew things were not right with me, but I wasn't sure what the problem was.
Alby was dyslexic and never learned to read. Afraid of what people thought of him, Alby learned to keep his problem a secret.
I didn't tell anybody.
Not his siblings, his friends, or even his own daughter.
I can't read, and the first thing they're going to say, well, you must be, not too bright.
The only person he told was his wife, Bonnie. When she was pregnant, Alby grew anxious.
They said, there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing wrong with you. He was afraid his child would have the same problem he's got.
Together, they made it work. She did the bills, read her daughter books, and helped with her homework. And Alby learned a few tricks. He always ordered the special the waitress talked about since he couldn't read the menu. And if put on the spot at work, he claimed he forgot his reading glasses and asked for a little help. Amazingly, it worked. And for 56 years, no one but the two of them knew. That's until one afternoon when their daughter, Jaclyn, came home from college.
He asked me to read the directions on the back of a microwave dinner.
I said, you read the instructions. I have a glass, no, probably the glass was right there. I said, then I finally said, I said, Jackie, I have an issue here.
He looked at me and he said, I can't.
Jaclyn was shocked, but her mother, Bonnie, relieved to finally have the burden of the lifetime secret lifted.
I was thinking about time, she knows. About time. Gee whiz.
And with that secret out, Jaclyn and Bonnie took Alby to a reading specialist who had diagnosed him with dyslexia. Months later, Jaclyn pushed her dad to enroll at an adult literacy center.
I convinced him, which was not an easy process, that there are other adults like him who are struggling readers.
It took him years at the College of DuPage, but for the first time in Alby's life, the words on paper were becoming unscrambled.
It took me 8 years to read basic fourth grade reading.
After a life with no words, Alby finally found the words to his own story and published a book this year.
I always made a point to try to be happy.
A testament to overcoming adversity. He hopes his story will encourage others to not live in silence.
And I think a lot of people can do it today, what I did, to go back to school. Tremendous feeling to get that, to say I can learn, I can read.
Here it is. This is his book, Life with No Words. In it, he talks about the power of perseverance and hope for anyone struggling, not just with dyslexia, but really any kind of adversity. And his story is really something. You know, we were talking with him, and he said even his closest friends had no idea that he was illiterate all those years. Yeah.
Imagine the energy it took to hide that. You know,
Right,
you think
right.
about that. I mean,
That's what I asked his wife. You know,
Right.
was that a burden lifted for you as well, right? Because she's carrying it right along with him.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's an amazing story.
Great love story, too.
Fantastic.
Yeah, true.
Coming up next half hour.